What's up guys? Today we're going to talk about foam rolling tips and why you should be using a foam roller on a regular basis. Unfortunately, the foam roller doesn't get as much love as it should from most people who own one. Sometimes it gets stuck in the corners, that thing that accumulates dust. But pull it out and go through some of the stuff we talked to today for the sake of improving your recovery time in between workouts to get rid of soreness, improve blood flow, work out maybe some of those knots or soft tissue issues you have in your body. Will this fix those from coming back completely? Will it fix any mobility issues? Probably not, but it is a great tool to have in your toolbox in regards to getting some of those other things accomplished. So like I said, rolling out knots, getting blood flow, warming up, cooling down, all that stuff. So we'll walk through this foundational basic standard foam roller first, but I also want to talk through a couple other foam rollers that we use at Avexia as well. So first and foremost, this one's awesome because it's very basic. It is not too dense. It gives a little bit, and it's a great place to start. Love using this for a couple of specific ones because they're tender areas and sometimes they get a little bit tight. First and foremost, the IT band. So the IT band's string of connective tissue that runs across the outside of your upper leg, and it connects to the thigh muscles, or the quad muscles, sorry, and then the hamstring muscles. So all of your thighs, those muscles are surround the IT band. So when you're rolling on this, you want to strip away from it instead of rolling directly on it. See, a lot of people get on the foam roller here and they just roll straight up and down their IT band and wonder why it hurts so much and nothing ever changes. The goal is to actually start here at the top of the hip or the bottom of the knee and work above and below it. So I'm going to work down the back of my leg, or the back corner of my leg. One tip that helps is think of your leg in four corners. So front right, front left, back right, back left, and roll that back right corner of the leg. And then when I'm down to the bottom here, at the base of my knee, I'll turn over and I'll roll the front right outside portion of my leg. Or I can go backwards where I roll down the front side and then flip over and go down the back side. It's a really good way to strip your IT band. Another good one for this is not actually using it as a foam roller, but more or less a prop to lay on. So you can use this to open up your chest, call these snow angels. You'll scoot down to where your tailbone's here, your head's rested, and you just try to keep your arms on the ground without flaring your rib cage. And it'll open up all this stuff in your chest. So if you sit at the desk all day and your posture gets stuck forward like this, is a good way to open things up. And then one other way before we're back on our feet here is just using this for foam rolling your back. You can do quads, hamstrings, calves, shoulders, back, all kinds of stuff with it. Another one last, I guess, tip that I'll use for this one is using this to roll your feet out. This is a very common one we teach to clients, especially if you're on your feet a lot. But basically you'd start here, hold on to something. You can go one leg or both legs on, and then just roll back down your feet and then back forward. You can start to turn more to the outside or inside on one side or the other, very similar to the way I am here. Or you can go back and forth just on one leg and kind of work that out. So that kind of ties up the majority of what we use this basic foam roller for. Now getting into specialty stuff, we have the AccuMobility roller. This thing is a beast. We have it on our website and our shop our favorites page at avexiakc.com. But one that our clients have started to pick up for their own home tools and recovery arsenal as well. Here's why we like it. This thing has these nodules on it, so you never directly lay on your spine like you would a regular foam roller. So this is a little bit more friendly for moving up and down your erectors, the big muscles in your back. So I'll get to where you can see it real well here. I can actually roll up and down without my spine kind of pushing up against that. So I can go more of a straight on approach. I can sit my butt down and do more of a spinal extension. I always coach, not always, but a lot of times I'll coach people to work down the more lateral lines of their back too. So you kind of get an angle here, open up. This is a great way to dig into your lats. And then lastly for this one, I love using it for my quads just because it's not quite as awkward. Fellas, I think you know why. A little easier to lay on this than it is a regular foam roller. But basically getting right in here, it's at, like I said, just a better height. I can roll down the middle, down the inside, down the outside. Can even do the same thing for my hamstrings. Now, your total foam rolling kit, sorry about the dogs, we'll bring them after because that's the final tip. But your final foam rolling tool in your kit is a spike roller. This thing can be intense, but it is awesome for breaking up some deep knots in your calves, in your upper back, and your shoulders. So I'll kind of show you there. Down in your lower leg, you have your calf muscles, and then you have your soleus. You have your peroneals that run down the sides here at the base too. So this spike roller is really good for digging into and starting to break up some of the soft tissue or connective tissue there. You can stack one leg over the top to make it harder. You can work up to the calf, maybe go more outside, more inside, move your feet around. Same thing for your hamstring. If you really want to get after it, you can do this for your IT band, for your glutes. Love using this for your QL area, which is basically the outsides of your lower back. So this is really good at breaking up some of that connective tissue here as well. And then lastly, really getting into the back of your shoulder blade, as well as your shoulder, even laying on it this way into your lat, is a really good way to use this spike roller. If you're feeling crazy, I used to not be able to do this. You can use this for your feet as well. Some people have better tolerance in their feet to this. Originally, I could not do this. I cried like a little girl. Was not able to to handle this. But now it's like one of the best relieves for pressure points in my foot that you can get. And then the final tip, like I said earlier, is you do not want to try to foam roll when your dogs are around, because it turns into a mess if you're down here foam rolling. And maybe not, they're trained, we got them trained. Oh, here it goes. This is what happens when you foam roll around your dogs. That's your final tip. Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy.